The leopard is one of the big cats with a sleek body and incredible strength. It has the ability to climb, hide, and launch lightning-fast attacks that make it nearly impossible for prey to escape. Many of its hunts are seen as unbelievable assaults, both daring and surprisingly precise. With just one pounce, it can take down an opponent many times heavier. In this video, you'll witness dramatic hunting moments from this mysterious predator. Stay tuned until the end, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to keep exploring the fascinating wild world.
Hidden behind a rocky ledge, the leopard stays completely still. Its cold, sharp eyes track every step of a young wildebeest, unknowingly getting closer. It waits, patient and precise. As the calf walks past, the leopard strikes like lightning. In a split second, it lands a perfect pounce and grabs the prey in one clean move. No hesitation, no chance for the wildebeest to react. The ambush is fast, clean, and leaves no room for escape. A dramatic showdown unfolds on the grassland as a leopard spots a hyena trying to drag off a kill it had already marked. With superior speed and incredible agility, the leopard charges in. It strikes with its claws and lands a direct hit. Stunned by the fierce attack, the hyena retreats, leaving the carcass behind. Wasting no time, the leopard grabs the prey and climbs up a tall tree. Below, the hyena watches in shock, powerless to take back what was just stolen by a faster, bolder rival. From a shallow, rocky den, a leopard slipped out like a shadow. Its eyes locked onto a young antelope, busy grazing, unaware of the danger behind it. The leopard crouched low, moving in total silence, then suddenly sprang forward. The calf bolted in panic, but just as the final strike was about to land, the mother charged in like a storm. Head down, sharp horns aimed, she struck hard and fast. Caught off guard, the leopard backed off, then turned and fled. Once again, a mother's fierce defense saved her young from the claws of death. Hidden in the grass, the leopard keeps a close eye on a herd of wildebeest grazing just ahead. Silent and tense, every muscle in its body tightens as it waits for the perfect moment. Then suddenly, like a flash, it charges. In a heartbeat, its sharp claws grab hold of a young wildebeest near the edge of the herd. A panicked cry rings out. Chaos erupts as the herd scatters in a cloud of dust, desperate to escape. The leopard locks its jaws around the calf's neck, cutting off any chance of resistance. From a shallow den, the leopard silently emerges, eyes locked onto its target, a young, distracted wildebeest, not far away. Without a sound, it crouches low, then suddenly launches forward like an arrow, striking from behind and sending the calf into a panic. But in the blink of an eye, the mother senses danger. She charges in with incredible speed, head lowered, horns aimed straight at the predator. Caught off guard, the leopard leaps back and retreats. Once again, a mother's instinct proves stronger than the hunter's strike. The leopard creeps forward, each step light as air. Its eyes lock onto a baboon, too focused on foraging to notice the danger closing in. Just a few meters away, the leopard explodes into action. With raw power and pinpoint accuracy, it charges like lightning. The baboon barely lets out a cry before being slammed to the ground. In that split second, the hunter takes full control. The leopard wins, turning the baboon into its next meal in the unforgiving wild. While patrolling its usual hunting grounds, the leopard spots a brown hyena quietly entering its territory. Without hesitation, it charges forward at lightning speed, growling in warning. And the leopard just proved it will defend its land at all costs. On the dry grassland, a tense standoff unfolds between a leopard and a hyena over a fresh kill. The leopard made the kill first, but the noise draws in an opportunist. The hyena shows up, growling and moving in with bold steps. The leopard tries to hold onto its prize, but the hyena's stubbornness and aggression shift the balance. In a split second, the hyena snatches the carcass and drags it away. The leopard is left staring, powerless and stunned. With its prey clamped in its jaws, the leopard quickly drags the kill away. But it doesn't get far before two aggressive hyenas spot it. Fast and reckless as always, they charge in hard. The leopard has to drop the kill to save itself. Outnumbered, it retreats into the bushes. But a predator's instinct doesn't give up easily. When the hyenas let their guard down, the leopard suddenly returns to reclaim its meal. The hyenas react fast. They snarl and chase the leopard deep into the forest. They guard the stolen prize fiercely, sending a clear message. In this harsh land, there's no room for hesitation or weakness. In the thick bush, a wild dog curled up under a tree, fast asleep in the midday heat. Not a sound, not a clue. But the calm was short-lived. A leopard, catching the scent of prey, crept in each step light as air, eyes locked on the sleeping target. Then, in a flash, it struck. The wild dog had no time to react. Trapped in the leopard's jaws, it was dragged away in seconds. Out on the wild savanna, a brutal fight for survival unfolds. A leopard suddenly charges at a weak cub that strayed from its mother. The mother leaps in, risking everything to protect her young. She growls and stands her ground against the attacker. But the leopard doesn't back off. With cold precision and greater strength, it shifts focus to the mother. It strikes hard and brings her down. The fight is short but ruthless. It's a harsh reminder that in the wild, even a mother's love can't always beat a predator's power. The leopard quietly approached the edge of the stream, where a troop of baboons held the area like it was sacred ground. A burning thirst pushed it to risk safety and step into danger. Though wary of the baboon's noisy chatter, the leopard lowered its head and took a sip of the cool water. But that peaceful moment didn't last. The entire troop spotted the intruder right away. Shrill cries erupted as they swarmed toward it, hostile and ready to strike. Outnumbered and facing aggressive resistance, the leopard had no choice but to abandon the stream and retreat into the forests, where it could hide, far from the wrath of the water's true rulers. Hidden in the tall grass, the leopard waits in silence, eyes locked onto a baboon that strayed from the troop. As the baboon runs past, the leopard bursts out, staying low and fast, then strikes with perfect precision. The takedown is over in seconds. A sharp cry echoes from the bushes, stopping the entire troop in their tracks. They rush back to help, but it's too late. The leopard has already made the kill, leaving behind the helpless screams of the baboons. With footsteps light as air, the leopard silently creeps toward a lone hyena. Distracted and without its pack, the hyena doesn't sense the danger. The leopard waits for the perfect moment. Then it bolts like an arrow through the wind. The powerful pounce lands hard. Its sharp teeth lock onto a vital spot. The hyena collapses after a few seconds of struggle. Wasting no time, the leopard drags the carcass up a tree. There, away from other predators, the meal becomes its private prize. In the dry desert, a rare chase breaks out between two top predators. A cheetah, fast and fearless, suddenly charges at a leopard. The leopard gives up the area to the faster, bolder rival. From above, the leopard suddenly pounced like a living arrow, seizing the wild boar. The surprise attack left the boar stunned, but with its strong survival instincts, it immediately retaliated fiercely, using its strength and sharp tusks to fight back relentlessly, turning the hunt into a brutal confrontation between predator and prey. Hidden deep in the tall, thick grass, the leopard quietly watches a herd of buffalo grazing under the savanna sun. It doesn't rush its focus, locked on a young calf standing alone at the edge, weak and vulnerable. Softly, almost soundless, the leopard creeps closer, preparing for a lightning-fast strike. The upgraded troop approached, and aided by light. But just as it's about to pounce, a nearby adult buffalo spots the movement. Without hesitation, it lowers its head and charges like a storm, sharp horns aimed at the predator. Caught off guard, the leopard has no choice but to leap up and retreat into the brush, abandoning the ambush. The hunt ends before it begins thanks to the buffalo's sharp instincts and fierce loyalty to the herd. On a low branch in the middle of the open grasslands, the leopard lays still, cleverly hidden behind dense leaves. Below, a herd of buffalo surrounded the tree, growling in alert after spotting the predator that had tried to ambush one of their calves. From above, the leopard watched every movement, waiting for the slightest chance to escape. Without hesitation, the leopard sprang from the branch, gliding through the opening like a breeze, vanishing into the forest before any buffalo could even turn around. On the edge of the forest, the leopard was suddenly attacked by a pack of African wild dogs. Although overwhelmed by their numbers, it courageously fought back with determination. In the struggle, the leopard seized the opportunity to land a deadly blow, taking down one of the wild dogs, before immediately leaping up into the tall trees to escape. The brief battle ended with both loss and the sharp survival instincts of the solitary predator. The leopard queen, where a troop of baboons has taken over the area. Driven by thirst, it risks entering this dangerous zone, but the loud noise from the baboons keeps it on alert. As soon as it lowers its head to drink, the calm breaks. The baboons quickly spot the unwelcome guest. They scream and charge with clear aggression. Outnumbered and overwhelmed by their hostile energy, the leopard has no choice. It leaves the water behind and retreats into the forest, away from the angry troop. A hyena creeps in, eyeing a leopard cub hiding behind the bushes. But in a flash, the mother leopard charges out without hesitation. A fierce roar breaks the silence. The two collide, claws and fangs clashing violently. The hyena fights back hard, but the leopard holds nothing back, defending her cub with everything she has. After a brutal showdown, the hyena is driven off, forced to abandon its attack and leave the territory behind. The leopard boldly charges into the baboon troop, targeting a young one. It seems like an easy kill until things take a turn. The baboons don't run. Instead, they unite, screaming and attacking from all sides. Sharp teeth, claws, and furious cries fuel a fierce counterattack. Overwhelmed, the leopard is forced to flee toward the nearby forest. But the baboons don't back off. They chase it down, determined to punish the intruder. In the thick bush, a wild dog curled up under a tree, fast asleep in the midday heat. Not a sound, not a clue. But the calm was short-lived. A leopard, catching the scent of prey, crept in each step light as air, eyes locked on the sleeping target. Then, in a flash, it struck. The wild dog had no time to react. Trapped in the leopard's jaws, it was dragged away in seconds. On the scorching desert floor, a wild dog lay sound asleep under the burning sun, unaware of the danger closing in. From a distance, a leopard moved in silently, each step light as air, eyes locked onto its careless prey. Once within striking range, it lunged without hesitation. The attack was precise, hitting a weak spot. In seconds, it became the latest kill of the silent predator, the leopard. While passing through a dense forest, the leopard inadvertently got too close to a wild boar's den. Suddenly, from the dark cave, an adult wild boar charged out with ferocity, chasing and attacking with relentless force. The violent charges and loud roars sent the leopard into a panic. Caught off guard by a strong and aggressive opponent, the leopard quickly turned and fled, disappearing into the thick foliage. It seemed the encounter was over, but what no one expected happened. A short time later, the leopard silently returned. Taking advantage of the moment when the adult boar was absent, it stealthily entered the den. With its agility and calculating hunting instincts, it carried off a weak, defenseless piglet as its prize and disappeared deep into the forest, taking the prey back to its lair. With steps as light as the wind gliding over grass, the leopard silently closed in on its prey. Its cold eyes locked onto a baboon busy digging through the dirt, completely unaware of the danger. When only a few steps remained, the leopard suddenly surged forward, a burst as fast as lightning. The baboon let out a single terrified scream before being taken down by a precise and ruthless pounce. It all happened in an instant. Without hesitation, the leopard pinned the prey with swift and calculated force. In the harsh wild where survival belongs to the strong and clever, the leopard once again proved itself as a top-tier predator, silent, precise, and unpredictable. In the Sahara Desert, under the scorching heat, two leopards wandered, searching for prey. This time, their target was two tiny hedgehogs. As the leopards moved closer with the intent to attack, the hedgehogs immediately huddled together, erecting a wall of sharp spines for defense. The leopards repeatedly pounced lightly, testing for weaknesses in the defensive barrier, but the dense and sturdy spines kept them from getting close. In the end, the leopards were left powerless, watching as the prey slowly retreated into the scorching desert heat with a look of regret in their eyes. The leopard creeps silently toward the herd of buffalo, its eyes like daggers, locked onto a young calf standing alone at the edge, the perfect target. It lowers its body to the ground, every muscle tense, ready to strike with a deadly leap. But just then, a faint sound breaks the silence, shattering the deadly calm. As if trick mode, the adult buffalo charge forward with force, horns lowered, fiercely protecting their vulnerable member. Sensing danger, the leopard springs into retreat, leaping onto a nearby tree and climbing high into the canopy, vanishing into the leaves. Another hunt failed by mere seconds.
The leopard's unbelievable attacks stand as proof of both the cruelty and the wonder of nature. Watch the full video to witness these spectacular moments.